Cancel culture. What do we do about it? Hi. What do we do about cancel culture? Well, we've established what it is, and if it's bad, or good, or both, kind of both. And by the end of this video, we're gonna figure out what we should do about it. That's right, we're ready for normative claims. And if you think I'm wrong at any point in this video, feel free to tell me in a colorful comment down below. Also, likes and subscribes, please. I'm a starving artist. Alright, let's get into this. Wait, first, quick recap. I'm sorry, I'm about as excited as you are. Cancel culture is a community's overstimulated and abnormal willingness to seize an individual's social capital, typically as a result of some perceived social or moral wrongdoing, or actual wrongdoing, and it's usually someone in their own community. I've been saying this definition way too much now that it's like, I'm getting sick of it, I'm not gonna lie. Now, does it exist? Yes. Is it bad? Usually. Not always, but usually. Now, how'd I come up with all that? Good question. Thank you for asking. Well, if you watch my last two videos, you can find out. Yeah. So, what do we do about cancel culture? Well, it's here. It's usually pretty bad. It has its moments, but not really all that good. Well, there's really only one thing that we as individuals can do about it, but we'll get to that soon, trust me. The forces that enable cancel culture to exist in the first place are, unfortunately, largely out of our own power. But to understand the future of cancel culture, it's probably pretty good to get an idea of how it came about. It's time for history with cats because, yeah, hey, really fun. Hi. I'm your history teacher for today. Let's begin. Web 2.0 hit the early 2000s like a fucking whirlwind. No longer were web pages these static, read-only entities that were handed to you on shitty dial-up platters. Now they were interactive. Web 2.0 allowed users to interact with the internet. Blog posts, chat rooms, internet forums, these things were all of a sudden possible. The internet was now connecting people together. And for the first time in human history, communities could form aspatially. Identity-based groups began to form real fast. Fandoms, politics, hobbies, racists, whatever. The digitization of these communities, which were formerly confined to real life, means that they could now grow in A, size, and B, insularity. Size is important because the larger a community is, the more social capital there is to go around, and that's fundamental to cancel culture. And the more insular a community is, the more committed its members are to its preservation. Fast forward to the 20-teens.
If you know what I mean. I'ma beat up your mom. Ooh, I'ma beat up your dad.
Twitter is big, and it is, in a sense, the closest thing the internet has to a literal marketplace of ideas. Facebook and MySpace were largely confined to people that you knew in real life. But on Twitter, you're exposed to people that you don't know all the fucking time. Hashtags are filled with people that you don't know. Many of the people retweeted by the people you follow, you don't know. And hell, you probably don't even personally know all of the people that you're following in the first place. But you follow people with whom you relate. Maybe it's shared opinions or interests, I don't know. It takes those digital communities previously confined to internet forums and blogs and whatever and slaps them into this melding pot. It enables those online communities to grow faster while leaving their insularity relatively unscathed. Now, I'm gonna be honest. Twitter is stupid accessible and easy to use. And because it's so accessible and so easy to use, that it makes for a terrible fucking platform for any kind of serious discussion. It lets you churn out whatever dumb fuck thought pops into your head at any given moment. Twitter is great at making you think that you've never said the N-word online, then slapping you with a tweet from 2012 that proves you otherwise, courtesy of a few indignant followers. But a greater reason that Twitter is just not a good platform for, again, serious discussion is its character limit. The 280 character limit rewards opinions that are quick and bombastic. No room for subtlety, none at all. Unless you want to write long-ass Twitter threads that read like a stilted soliloquy. And that's after they increased it, believe me. Before 2017, it was half that. Only 140 characters. How the fuck are you gonna say anything politically meaningful in 140 characters? Let alone 280. Meanwhile, likes and retweets incentivize you to write incendiary and eye-catching shit. And the replies, still confined to the same character limit, are just as devoid of subtlety and nuance as the bad take they're responding to. All of this. The character limit, the lack of subtlety, the ability to retweet, and the incentive to write for likes. All of this makes Twitter fantastic for mob behavior. Though May's cancellations of James and Projared were on YouTube, they were spread and exacerbated by Twitter. 2013's Gamergate exemplified this phenomenon. A movement of angry gamer boys co-opted by the far right showed just how far harassment on Twitter could go. Turns out it's pretty fucking far. The paranoia of women in games and game journalism sneaking into the industry and destroying it from within pissed a lot of gamers off. Because how else are you gonna sublimate impotent rage into something with the illusion of productivity? Target specific people, dox them, threaten them, disparage them, and try to run them off the platform. Gamergate really illustrated how far a movement of people were willing and able to go in the efforts to fuck other individuals over. It's kind of fascinating in a weird way, not gonna lie. But something else was going on YouTube. Twitter made mob behavior easy, but YouTube made it fun. In my What is Cancel Culture video, I mentioned a series with a big impact on YouTube. I like that clap I did. Content Cop. Commentary channels and the like had always made dunking on others a fun pastime, but iDubbbz only went after the big guys, and he turned YouTube drama into a blood sport. His callouts, always humorous, always substantiated, garnered views into 8 digits. As many as 20, 30, or 40 million viewers would come and watch him tear apart people like Leafy, Ricegum, or Tana Mon something. Banding together to collectively shit on a toxic creator defined YouTube between 2015 and 2017. And to this day, you know, drama channels, exposed videos, fucking T-spill shit. I love it though, not gonna lie. Stupid popular on the platform. We love seeing people with loads of social capital having their social capital at risk. And then 2016 happened. Trump's election polarized the entire country. Left-wing and right-wing communities were pushed further in their respective directions, and previously apolitical communities were starting to get, well, political. Since Trump's election, tensions have been high, and those tensions breed further insularity. The following year saw the Me Too movement sweep the news, and that illustrated how deeply, legitimately bad people could hide in communities. As a result, communities of all sorts, certainly those online, were beginning to be a lot more aware of sexual harassers and bad actors lurking in their midst. Now, I'm not placing any value judgment on the Me Too movement itself. Not at all. Personally, I support it. I'm instead highlighting the effect that the Me Too movement had on online communities. All of these things. Web 2.0, YouTube drama, Twitter, Me Too, Gamergate, the 2016 election, they set the stage for cancel culture. Online communities grew more insular, more involved in drama, more committed to moral or ideological purity. But I don't think they lit the fuse. Back in the first video, I mentioned that the 2 callouts directed at James Charles and Projared in May possessed a quality that many other controversies that saw YouTubers lose subs lacked. And here is where that distinction matters. When iDubbbz makes a content cop, or Jeffree Star clowns on Laura Lee for being a hypocrite, it's all done, to a good extent, in jest. They're still serious. iDubbbz still wants to expose people like Leafy and Keemstar to be frauds, and Jeffree Star really did relish Laura Lee's hypocrisy after her attempt at character assassination. But they're flavored like comedy roasts. Sincerity changed everything. Though Toddy was probably lying, she didn't go after James with jokes or roasts, but with complete and utter sincerity. When a call-out no longer sounds like a joke, then it isn't. It's a warning. There becomes an imperative to take away the target's social capital. It's no longer enough to laugh at them. The stakes appear to be higher. People didn't roast ContraPoints for her non-binary or Buck Angel controversies. They made it clear, with sincerity, that she was a danger. When the two Charlies accused Projared of sexually soliciting minors, they weren't serious with their allegations, but they were sincere. And Toddy Westbrook, though seriously mad at James about the gummy supplement bullshit, sincerely voiced concerns about his ego and his supposed sexual misconduct, even though she most likely knew better. And to clarify, this doesn't make sincerity bad. Furries were sincere in calling out Kira the Wolf as having troubling ties to zoophiles, and that situation needed sincerity. When cancel culture is appropriate, then sincerity is vital. And it's really important to understand that sincerity doesn't mean that someone is lying. If someone claims that a content creator is an abuser, a sexual harasser, or a criminal with sincerity, then it ought to be taken seriously. But, on the other hand, sincerity doesn't mean that someone is telling the truth either. Sincerity does not correlate with good faith. Callouts on YouTube are employing a greater degree of sincerity in their flavor. They no longer jest, but condemn. And it's the same on Twitter, too. This change in the flavor of callouts, in my opinion, is what lit the fuse for cancel culture, and consequently, the month of May, to explode. So, yeah. There's really only one thing that we can do about it. It's a basic and cliche bit of advice, but it's more important now than ever. Be patient. Drama is fun. I make videos on it for a reason. But if there are sincere calls for concern around someone, then yeah, heed them, then wait. There are two sides to every story. When Kiro finally got to say his piece, it turned out he was a lying bastard, and it's good that he was cancelled. But everyone, even myself, bought into the James Charles hate train after Toddy dropped Bye Sister. Everyone believed Toddy. And when James Charles clapped back a week later, everyone felt like shit. You can maintain suspicion for someone when allegations are made against them without having to then call for their excommunication. You can call bullshit if they spew bullshit as their response without calling bullshit on anything they say, regardless of their honesty. Cancel culture is probably here to stay. It sucks, but if you're watching this, hi, thank you. Just be careful, you know? Bad actors suck, and no one likes seeing people sincerely hurt. And no one wants to be skeptical about another person's pain or suffering. But bad people and stupid people are learning to wield sincerity for their own selfish aims. And that's scary. I don't like that this feels like a PSA, but it kinda is one. And even now, the only thing that I still don't understand about cancel culture throughout all of this is how to tell you, as an individual, how to approach it. Personally, I'm gonna try to be more patient when I see a sincere call-out being made against someone. I'm going to try to balance suspicion and skepticism towards the accused and the accuser respectively. And I'm gonna waste 2 months making a video series on cancel culture. Wait, I did that. Okay, we good. Hell yeah. At the end of the day, we can rein in our urge to see others canceled. Though justice is fun to enact, it doesn't always make you right. If the accused is remorseful, educate and forgive. If the accuser is, pretty dodgy, then look into their claims with serious skepticism. And if the person being accused is a bastard, cancel them. But please, for the love of God, be patient and have a fucking eye for nuance. It's been a long road, and I'm finishing this mess of a series. Cancel culture certainly won't end with the 20 teens, but that's not an excuse to not understand it, nor to talk about it, nor is it an excuse to lob "but cancel culture" at any instance of disagreement or deplatforming. But with that said, I think this series was a success. kind of. I have an understanding of cancel culture. I feel I understand what happened in May, and I feel at peace. And if you've stuck around this far, then I hope you do too. Look at that, I'm being sincere. That's not allowed, what the fuck? If you've enjoyed this video, though, please leave a like, please subscribe, ring the bell. It means the world to me to know that you like what I'm doing, or hell, maybe even hate what I'm doing. I don't know. And please leave a comment down below too. Are we gonna see cancel culture extend into the 2020s? And if so, what should we do about it? How do we deal with it? Should we deal with it? Does it exist? Let's bring up that fucking conversation again. Oh god. I really do love reading what you guys have to say, so please do that. I appreciate it. Seriously. But anyways, I'm Catch because yeah, the reason's in the name. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Illy. Bye. Go. Get out of here. I gotta fucking turn off my camera and get out of this flannel. Flannel.